All right, I think all right. So I think we are getting there. Now today we are going to discuss drugs for peptic ulcer disease. And we have our objectives of this lecture. Now our objectives include one, at the end of the lecture, students should be able to describe the physiology of acid secretion and how it is implicated in peptic ulcer disease. State the general therapeutic goals for peptic ulcer management. Classify and explain mechanisms of action of antipeptic ulcer disease drugs. Recognize common adverse effects and drug interactions. Applying H. pylori eradication regimens as well as should be able to discuss the management of NSAID-induced ulcers. Alright, so we are going to kick off with introduction. By way of introduction, an ulcer is a break in continuity of epithelial lining. So in the case of peptic ulcer, it is a break in the mucosa or a break in continuity of mucosal lining of the stomach and the duodenum, meaning the peptic ulcer has two entities, which is duodenal ulcer and gastric ulcer. Now, these two, they have some striking, they have similar kind of presentation. However, they have some differences as per the location of the ulcer, how the symptoms present, and so on and so forth. Let's examine how the difference between the two entities of peptic ulcer. Now, gastric ulcer, as the name implies, it is located within the stomach, the mucosa lining of the stomach. Duodenal ulcers, as the name implies, located in the first part of the small intestine, which is the duodenum. Now, in terms of presentation, in gastric ulcers, usually it is aggravated by food. This is because even with the thought of food and stuff, the body starts secreting some whatever. So when food gets into the stomach, acid is being secreted in order to try to digest the food. So as you secrete more acid, so acid can trickle into the ulcer craters, which becomes painful. Then in duodenal ulcers, now usually there was at night and there was when during this period of starvation. Now sometimes patients can come to you complaining it is only at midnight or when they are hungry they have these ulcer pains. That means that will give you an idea of the type of ulcer. It is definitely or probably it is a duodenal ulcer because at night we secrete more of histamine, and you know what histamine does to acid secretion. Histamine actually increases the acid output. So histamine binds to histamine receptors present on parietal cells, which increases intracellular cyclic AMP, activate protein kinases, which at the end of the day will increase insertion of proton pump on the membrane and also increase acid output. So duodenal ulcers usually they are worse at night, unlike gastric ulcers, which are worse with me. Now, why in the first state the duodenal ulcers the pain is infrequent is because when there is food in the stomach, the pylorus tends to contract, then that will inhibit acid from coming down. Besides that, even the food in the stomach try to buffer the acid, so which creates a relief for those with peptic ulcer. So that's that about the introduction of this. Now, briefly, we are going to see how acid is secreted from the parietal cells. Now, if we zoom in on one parietal cell, this is what we are going to see. Now, in this cell, we have two parts. We have the basolateral and the apical parts. So let's see. Let's see what we've gotten from this, if we can hear ourselves or we've been talking I've been talking to myself